We're back to right the wrongs that the sporting gods laid upon us last week. It's week 9 of the NFL, the lines are set, the form is locked, and we're ready to shuffle those bets. For a long time last week, I thought we were sitting pretty on 2 big accumulators ready to land. But as ever, the NFL had other ideas. Somehow, Josh Allen put 40 points on the board in Buffalo, but only threw 1 passing touchdown. The other 9 across the slate all landed. Then there was the 30 Anytime Touchdown Treble. Looked golden with both Barkley and Shakir scoring in the early games, just for George Pickens to rack up 7 catches for 78 yards, but somehow not find the end zone. But truth be told, we should have been a lot closer. So let's reset and get into week 9. 4 games, 2 props per game, plus the 30 Anytime Touchdown Treble, the 10 long shot special, and of course, the survivor. The 60, lucky 15. We're sticking with the tried and tested 2 player props per game setup. 4 games, 8 selections, all designed to find value across the week 9 slate. Remember, I'm not telling you what to bet, I'm just giving you the data and the angles so you can bet a little more confidently. We start the 60 this week with the biggest spread on the week 9 slate, and it's at Lambeau Field, where the Packers host the Panthers in what the bookmakers expect to be a blowout. First up, Christian Watson over 36.5 receiving yards. Last week was his first start of the season and he made a real impact against the Steelers, hitting some big plays and looking every bit the deep threat this offense needs. In his first home start, we expect the Packers to keep him involved early, and with this line sitting at just 36.5, it feels a little low given his ceiling and Jordan Love's improving rhythm. On the other side of the ball, we're taking Chuba Hubbard over 6.5 rushing attempts. He's seen his workload drop a little this year with the emergence of Rico Dowdle, but this number still feels light. We've got him projected for around 9 to 10 carries, and if Carolina can keep this one remotely close for a couple of drives, he should clear this line comfortably. The double pays 23 to 10, a nice opening angle in what could be a one-sided game, but one with plenty of prop value. Next up, we head to Pittsburgh, where the Colts face the Steelers, and there's a nice bit of value on both sides of the ball here. Michael Pittman Jr. over 54.5 receiving yards. The Steelers secondary has been getting eaten alive by receivers inside the first 15 yards, and that's exactly where Pittman does his best work. With Josh Downs questionable, Pittman's usage should climb again, and history's on our side. He went 6 for 113 yards against the Steelers last year. If the Colts offense gets moving through the air, this line looks soft. Then on the other side, we're going back to Kenneth Gainwell for the second straight week and 20 plus rushing yards. He's projected for around 7 carries, and that means he only needs a couple of decent breakthroughs to clear his line. Last week, he made 30 yards from just 5 attempts, so this looks very attainable for the veteran running back again here. Another clean data-backed angle in a matchup that's got plenty of value here. The Titans might be done for 2025, but they're not done for us, and rookie Tyjae Spears looks to be a bright spot in a rough year. We like Tyjae Spears over 30 plus rushing yards this week. Spears rushed 9 times for 59 yards and a touchdown last week, and he's clearly earning a bigger slice of the backfield. He's explosive, breaks tackles, and looks far more dynamic than Tony Pollard right now, and the Titans seem to know it. On the other side, Oronde Gadsden II over 49.5 receiving yards. The Chargers' young tight end has really come to the fore over the past month, clearing this line in 3 straight games. Herbert already sees him as a key part of the offense, and against a lackluster Titans defense, we like him to keep that run going. The double pays 11 to 4, a tidy mid-range play built on 2 form players trending the right way. Probably the game of the week, and it's a beauty. Kansas City at Buffalo. 2 powerhouse offenses and 2 tight ends who could take centre stage. We'll start with the visitors. Travis Kelce over 45.5 receiving yards. Kelce had his best game of the season last week, falling just 1 yard short of 100, and it was the kind of performance that reminded everyone there's still plenty of gas left in the tank. Mahomes looks locked in with him again, and against a Bills defense that struggled to cover elite route running tight ends, this looks very playable. For the Bills, we're going with Dalton Kincaid over 3.5 receptions. He's been boom or bust this season, but fully fit again now and facing a Chiefs defense that's still weakest when defending tight ends. If Josh Allen gets rolling, Kincaid should see plenty of short yardage volume to get us home. The double pays 14-5, two proven red zone weapons in what could be a shootout in Buffalo. Now something extra, a 60 bonus. For those of you who want a bit more juice in your match selections, here are 4 quick add-ons you could use to bulk up your slip this weekend. Colts over 1.5 rushing touchdowns. Chargers v Titans over 2.5 passing touchdowns. Chiefs v Bills over 2.5 rushing touchdowns. And Panthers v Packers over 4.5 total touchdowns. One extra line to play with in each matchup if you're brave enough to go hunting for something bigger. This boosts the bet considerably, but it also raises the risk, so tread carefully if you're building those same game monsters. The 30 Anytime Touchdown Treble. First up, the man who let us down last week, George Pickens. This week, we think he rights that wrong as the Cowboys return home. Dallas have put up 40 plus points in every home game this season, and if they're anywhere near that again, the big man should be celebrating. Add a Cowboys win if you want a little extra sparkle. James Cook for the Buffalo Bills. If the Bills are going to win this heavyweight clash, then Cook scores. He's been lethal this season, and there's no reason that stops now. The Chiefs might have looked back to their best recently, but that's been at home against weaker or banged up teams. On the road, it's been a different story. Last time out, they lost in Jacksonville. Before that, I watched them limp past a Russell Wilson-led Giants side at the MetLife. The Chiefs still have something to prove, and Buffalo isn't the place to do it. Add a Bills win to Cook's anytime touchdown if you agree and prefer a bit more on the price. And finally, one of the tightest games on the slate, Broncos at Texans. We tipped Denver to make a deep playoff run, and we still think it's on. Against a Houston side who've been a bit sketchy at times, we like Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown. The big wide receiver's been short of end zone sparkle this year, but we think he finds it this week. And again, you can add a Denver win if you're feeling bold. That's your touchdown treble, Pickens, Cook and Sutton. With, if you want, team wins on Dallas, Buffalo and Denver. The treble pays around 23-1. If you want to play a bit safe, then I'm not against a tricksy bet, which will cover you if just one leg fails. The 10, the long shot. 2 weeks ago, this one landed at 29-1. And last week, we were just one touchdown short. So it's absolutely worth running it back for week 9. Here are the 5 quarterbacks we like to throw 2 or more passing touchdowns this week. Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff and Bo Nix. All 5 to throw 2+ passing touchdowns is around 25-1. It's a high risk, high reward play, but after hitting 2 weeks ago and coming agonisingly close again last week, we're sticking with what's working. This week's Survivor has £53.94 riding on it, and we're putting it on the Detroit Lions minus 4.5 at home to the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings welcome back JJ McCarthy at quarterback for the first time since week 2, but we weren't overly enamoured with him then. And last week in LA, they laid a complete egg. A trip to Detroit is a daunting task for any team, and with the Lions at home, this feels like another spot where the point spread, the same line as Buffalo last week, gives us value to keep the streak alive. So the Survivor pick, Detroit Lions minus 4.5 versus the Minnesota Vikings. That wraps up week 9 of Bet Shuffle. If you're following along, good luck this weekend. And as always, remember to bet smart, stay disciplined, and let's shuffle those bets. Good luck.